So did the narcissist in your life ever love you? Like, did they ever have love for you in any way, shape, or form? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of The Narcissist Code. Boom. Welcome back, beautiful folks. Yes, this is y'all. So I'm going to preface this. This is one of the questions that I get a lot of, the most of. Like when I'm live, when I'm in my comment section on any video, did they ever love me? Can the narcissist love you? Did they love me? Was any of it real? Yo, let's keep it real. Like I said, this is not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I feel like if you're asking, did someone love you? Then you kind of already have your answer, because you really shouldn't have to question love, should you? You really shouldn't have to question, did they ever love you, if they did love you? Because love is an action. Love is a verb. How did they show you that they love you? You wouldn't be asking this question if you already had, a definitive answer to it, so to speak. So this is what I'm just telling people in these situations, when you get caught up in toxic relationship dynamics, when you're trying to survive, when you're trying to thrive and whatnot, this is one of the questions I get. And so many people want to know the answer. And I don't say no. I really don't say no. No, the narcissist never loved you. I wouldn't say that, y'all, because I don't believe that to be completely true. Some people will just say, no, they didn't love you. Get over it. Move on. It's the best to heal from it. But to me, it's hard to look at somebody when I'm doing my coaching or my support groups. It's hard to tell somebody that's been in a relationship for 30 years, hey, your whole relationship was a lie. Your whole life you live was an entire lie. Get over it. They never loved you. Go heal. Your grandkids, your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids were all born out from a fake relationship. None of it was real. Get over it. Even me as a narcissist, I know not to say that there's somebody to put them in a healthy state. Oh, thanks, Lee, for sharing that with me. No. So this is what I'll say to you right here. Some narcissists do not have the capability of loving you. Let's just keep it real. Off the rip. Lee, that hurts my feelings. Like, some of them don't. And it's not your fault that a narcissist doesn't know how to love you. How the hell is that your fault? How? How is it your fault that someone else doesn't know how to love you? Quickly, please. I need an explanation. How is it your fault? It's not your fault, but they make you feel like it's your fault. They make you feel like the lack of love that you're receiving in this relationship is somehow attributed to you. The blame is on you. The reason I don't treat you like I love you is because you don't act like you don't deserve it. You don't act like you needed to be loved. You see what I'm saying? You don't act like, you don't behave the way that you need to be behaving. So that's why you get a lot of narcissists. They try to convince you that you're being treated a certain type of way because of how you are or how you act or how you behave. But the truth of it is, they don't know how to love you. They don't know how. They don't really know what love is. They grew up in chaos. They grew up in toxicity. They were traumatized, possibly when they were growing up. Not every narcissist is traumatized. I'm just saying a lot of them are. A lot of narcissists grew up in chaos, grew up in trauma, grew up in turmoil. They grew up with that. So they don't know how to love you correctly. And again, at the end of the day, that is not your fault. Y'all be taking blame for what other people do to you. That's not your fault how somebody treats you because they don't know how to treat you. You see what I'm saying? But this is what I tell people as well. What if they did love you to the maximum of their ability? What if they gave you everything that they had in them? What if they gave you every ounce of love? What if they gave you every drop of love that they possessed? And it just wasn't enough for you. It wasn't the right form of love for you. What if the only thing that they can do is show you physical love? They don't get that deep, emotionally effective love. They give you the physical stuff. The gifts, the clapping of the cheeks. They do all that type of stuff right there. They give you the physicality, the physical part of it. But the mental part is lacking. The emotional part is lacking. They give you gifts and they want you to consider their presence with you as love. I'm with you, aren't I? You should know I love you because I'm with you. My presence is here. I'm here with you, so you should know that I love you. The fact that I'm here with you right now should be proof that I love you. That's not enough for you, though, is it? Let's just be real. A lot of that stuff is not going to be enough for you. And again, that's understandable. That is not enough for you. Don't get mad at yourself for it not being enough for you. Because it's just like, well, Lee, I just feel bad because they gave me everything that they had. It just wasn't enough. Y'all, everything they had could also be abusive. Their lack of love can end up being emotionally abusive. They can end up getting physical as well. But that lack of love that they give you, that lack of emotional connectivity, could end up being emotionally abusive to you because they neglect you. You know, they think they're doing everything for you. I'm here, aren't I? If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be here, would I? You know, but they're not emotionally connected to you. They just give you their presence, like their body, their actual presence of being there, right? But everything else is lacking. So that's why I just tell y'all, what I'm telling y'all this is not to hurt your feelings, it's to wake you up to understanding the fact that some of them might have loved you, but it's not the quality of love that you needed. It's not the quantity that you needed as well. It's not the type of love that you needed. You see what I'm saying? They get, because truly, I will say this. Did they ever love you? The most that they loved you was probably at the beginning of the relationship. Let's say it like that. The most they ever loved you was more than likely at the beginning of the relationship. They gave you everything at the beginning because that's all they knew how to give you was at the beginning, right? That's all they knew how to supply you with was the beginning of the love, the beginning of it. They didn't know how to do anything else. They just gave you the beginning of everything. So that's what I'm just telling you right now. When they're treating you this way, when they're behaving this way, when they're acting this way, like that's part of what you have to understand is that they're going to keep doing it. They like at the beginning, they give you everything that they got in the beginning. It's kind of like they're top heavy. The relationship with a narcissist is top heavy with love. The love is over top. It's on the top of everything, right? It's over top love. They do this. They get you the same type of stuff, you know. It just gets into that space. That's why I try to wake so many people up to just let you know, hey, this ain't about you. But so many people just like, it's hard, and I understand it. It's hard not to take some of this stuff personal, y'all. You know, it really is. It's extremely difficult to not take some of this stuff personal because they personalize the insults. They personalize the behaviors towards you because they're only treating you this way. Everybody else gets treated a certain type of way. Because they overload you with the love that they have in the beginning, they just feel like they should be able to live off the residual from that. It's compound interest. They put a big deposit up front, a big deposit of love up front, in a little love bank account. Y'all hear me talk about the love bank account, right? At the beginning of a relationship with a narcissist, they make a huge deposit of love in the beginning of the relationship. In this deposit, this interest-bearing relationship account, right? They make a huge deposit of love in it. That's what the love bombing phase is. But when the love runs out, like I said, when they stop making deposits, they just live off the compound interest. You know, that's what the millionaires, right? That's what the billionaires do, right? They live off the compound interest of their money. They put their money in the interest bearing account and they live off the money that their money makes. That's what they do, right? They live off the compound interest. They put $100 million in the bank and they just live off it for the rest of their lives without taking any of their own money. You see how that's what narcissists do with love. They overload this love bank account with love at the beginning. Trips, love bombing, cheek clapping, money, just giving you lending you an ear, just listening to you. Because sometimes love bombing is not extravagant. Sometimes it's really just listening to you and making you and validating you. It really is. It does get to that point sometimes where that love bombing is really just them validating you. It's in that space right there. They just validate you enough. You haven't been like they're becoming a shoulder to cry on. Because you haven't been loved like this in a long time. You haven't been talked to in a long time. You haven't been validated in a long time. So they take advantage of that. They take advantage of the fact that you haven't been loved in a long time. They take advantage of the fact that you haven't, been touched in a long time. They give you everything that you want and need in the beginning. They're overloading this bank account and they live off the residual interest of it later on. And I know that sucks because so many people just like, damn, well, Lee, that's not enough. I know it's not enough. Because that's why so many people leave. Y'all feel like the narcissistic person is like they're doing, it just gets into that space right there. So I try to convey that to people to just let you know that when you're dealing with a toxic narcissistic person, this is kind of the mindset that they have. They're giving you enough. They feel like you have enough. Now you're asking for too much. When you ask for some affection, you're asking for too much. You know what I'm saying? Now that you're asking for them for affection, you're asking for too much from them. And they will make you feel like you're asking for too much from them. They will. And it sucks that they make you feel like you're asking for too much from them. Can you hug me? Why you always want to be hugged? Why you want to be? Why you so touchy? Why you so touchy feely? Why you acting like this? Why you behaving like this? They make you feel like you're overdoing it by asking for them this type of stuff. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, when you're dealing with a toxic, narcissistic person, this is the dilemma that you will face sometimes. Like, they maybe give you all the love that they have to give, but don't have any more to give. They expect the stuff that they did from the beginning. They expect the stuff that they did in the beginning to be enough to last you forever. You know, they expect all the stuff that I did for you in the beginning, that should be enough to last you for eternity. You shouldn't have to ask me for anything else. You can't say I didn't do anything for you, right? That's why I'm just telling you. It can get extremely toxic. It can get extremely annoying when you're dealing with toxic, narcissistic people like this, because they're going to continue to play the victim. Like, they'll victimize themselves for you asking them to love them. For you asking for love, they'll play the victim. They'll be like, well, you asking for too much. You're asking for too much. My ex didn't ask for this. My ex didn't ask for that. You know, but that's the dynamic that so many people face right here, y'all. So did they ever love you? Some of them did. But it might not be enough. Some of them might have loved you. Some of them might have cared for you. I'm not going to say that they didn't love you and they just, like, you wasted your time in this relationship, because that destroys people, y'all. That destroys some people. And I know so many people out here just like, well, Lee, some people need to hear the truth. I said the truth at the beginning. Some of them do not love you. Some of them don't have the ability to love. Some of them literally only love to their highest capability. And that's not enough for you. You know, you might have grew up in a good household with loving, caring parents, and you know what affection and love looks like, and they ain't giving it to you. And you know, like, I know what love look like. This ain't it. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all, if y'all have any questions, concerns, whatever, jump in like I said, you can shoot me a message, leave a comment below, join my support group, take my courses and whatnot. I got a lot of stuff coming out here pretty soon, y'all. I'm thankful for you. Subscribe to the channel. Until this is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.